Everybody, October in the desert. The wind has finally kicked up, and it's afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, and it's probably still 80-90 degrees out here, but it's breezy and it's not 115 during the middle of the day, so the thermal mass around me isn't too bad anymore. Another month it'll actually be really nice. A couple weeks anyway. Been waiting for the weather to cool off to do a splitting video. Been talking to some buddies online and discussing splitting. Before I forget, that's kind of the purpose of my channel, is discussion. So, give me comments, tag me in your videos, whatever. That's kind of the purpose, is hanging out with people with similar interests online. So on the splitting thing, I've got eucalyptus, Australian stuff here in California, and stuff is pretty tough to split. Started off with stuff that's really, really dry, been out for cut down and drying for decades. And was looking for the best splitter. Well, turns out that there is no best. It just depends on what your wood is. And some wood needs a sharper profile and some needs a more blunt profile. If it's too sharp, it gets stuck. If it's too blunt, it bounces. So I started off with this cheap Husky splitter that was laying around somewhere or something, and it would just bounce. They're really, really blunt from the factory. And so then I got the 8-pound Fiskars. I have a 5-pound Fiskars too. It mostly just gets stuck in the tough stuff I have to split. It's tough. Same thing with a Council 5-pound splitting axe. Then I kind of went back and I started sharpening the Husky. That works pretty good right there, 8 pounds. The Fiskars, being a little sharper and the flat cheeks, tends to get stuck more. I got this Council 6-pound fire axe and came on a really nice curvy handle, but I wanted to be able to bang wedges with it. The idea is I'd like to have one axe for chopping, splitting, and banging wedges all in one handle, or one axe. This handle I got from East Coast Lumberjack and originally had a different head on it. And I took it off, and just right now I just stuffed this head on here to kind of try it out, see how I like it. It's pretty much a temporary hang. It's not really fitted properly, but I'm gonna try it out. I think next I got this eucalyptus ox head, Oxenkoff. And it had a short little 31-inch handle, and I abused it and broke it. So I got an East Coast Lumberjack handle for it. Really like it. I haven't tried it out much yet. It's about 5.5 pounds, 6 pounds, I think. It's still kind of hanging out and stuff, because I found that every time I buy an axe or anything, bring it out here to the desert, I leave them sit around for a while and they get loose. I guess it's because it's so dry, so the wood shrinks. So I just kind of had it fitted, and then when it was originally fitted, that wedge was up there even with the end of the handle, and I've been sinking it deeper and deeper and deeper. Eventually, hopefully, it tightens up all the way, and I can trim it off. And then this is an Australian Cyclone I got from a guy on one of the axe groups on Facebook in Australia. Same thing, had to refit it and tighten it back up. And it's got a nice wide profile. It's basically a good recipe for eucalyptus. So anyway, this is some stuff I cut down last year, and it's been sitting for the summer, and it's probably the worst way to split eucalyptus. It supposedly splits easier green, or splits easier once it's really, really dry, and this is half dry. You can see it was probably green last year, and I beat on it, didn't get anywhere, noodled it, and then show you how much this stuff warps as it dries. That was a flat noodle cut with a chainsaw. But anyway, I'll put the camera down here and take a few swings and see how you do. Fire axe first. I'm gonna predict it's just gonna get stuck. Yep. Whew. I don't know if I want to try that much anymore. Right here, it's already cracked. fool's errand right there. Okay, let's try the ox head. Not as sticky of a profile. Nice long 36-inch handle for some velocity. Bounces. Oh, there we got something. It's cracking. Doesn't get stuck as bad. But at this rate, that's too much energy for. Okay. Based on that, I'm going to assume the Fisker's 8-pound is just going to get stuck too. So I'm going to do the big 8-pound blunt husky. That's better. That's tough stuff. So, for safety, you're supposed to keep your axe handle parallel with the ground so that the head doesn't glance off the piece of wood, catch you in the shins. If you're tall, you want a longer handle. Drop your knees when you split. Might put that down on the ground so I can get more swing. Whoa! I think this all needs a hydraulic splitter. That's bouncing a lot, so I'm going to try the Fiskers and see if we don't get a little more bite. There we go. That might be the right balance for this piece of wood. It's gonna get it, but that's a lot of work for one little piece of firewood. Just when you think it's gonna let go with one more little whack. Something else I learned, at least with the old dry stuff, is it tends to split better with the growth rings than across them. Like so. Oh man. I'm about out of gas. gonna make it too thin, but I'm gonna try it once more with the growth rings. Oh yeah. It's actually hot right there where I split it. All right, let's go try something else.